Ananth ಒಂಥರ ಹಳೆ ಟೈಗರ್ ಇನ್ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರು.
The man who actually taught us what it is like to party in Bangalore. From urban age days, the man who introduced Ladies Night, and after that had a place called Club X where parties used to go on till early in the morning.
You are an inspiration to all of us, and we love the way you have used technology and your competitive spirit to stay relevant to this day. May you have many more great years ahead.
What can we say about Nix and Ananth? Both of them synonymous with Bangalore's nightlife. We had the best times there. We had Radio on Desi Grooves, there every Fridays, and we absolutely banged it, loved it. What an awesome property it was.
25 years rocking industry, a brother from another mother, Ananth Narayan, 3 decades of work, from Tuscan work to fusion to mix to a lot of places and many more coming.
Fusion Lounge, oh my god, I have had the most fondest memories of Fusion Lounge. It was a place, the vibe, the crowd, and the most insane parties ever. I was a big fan back then, and honestly, I'm still of his outlet. Ananth knows how to set a scene.
Ananth has always been pioneering in his efforts, and this new take on automation of kitchens to bars is incredible.
He's one of the icons of the nightlife industry. He literally held the hands of a lot of people on the way, like family, and we've kind of gone a long way. I think I worked with him for 2 decades now. He's like a father figure to me, especially when I started my nightlife industry. We did a lot of fun events, a lot of good memories, especially the time when we did events at Nix. It was incredible.
I still remember the crazy brunches we used to have back in the day at Pure Republic. All the Sundays packed and sold out. It was a crazy time. And I still remember how brunches would start and how brunches would end. And I really miss those times for sure. And it's a crazy time what we definitely had in Pure Republic with Ananth and his team as well. And there used to always be a very strong support to Sharad Don and me, all of us, and we used to always promote and like what we used to do and encourage what we used to do as well.
What can I say about Ananth's places over the years? Let's see. He's had a ton of spots, all of which have been absolute bangers, but for me, Urban Edge, for some reason, Urban Edge had this killer vibe. It was all about the music, it was all about the vibe, all about the people, and it was just throbbing all the time. It was absolutely nuts. And the best bit about it all back then, no phones on the dance floor. It was just you, the music, the vibe, and your friends. And that's what Urban Edge is all about.
Legendary pubs and bars. Ananth, if you're an old Bangalorean, those who are watching this video, I'll be surprised if you don't recognize these places. Do you remember Club X days? Urban Edge, Tuscan Work, Nix. We had such a blast at Nix. I remember Desi Grooves that used to happen every Fridays at Nix with DJ Jasmeet, and one of us radio jockeys used to come and have so much fun. So many events in all these places.
And then I have to think about a successful and a business that's been growing by leaps and bounds. And I think I would say it is synonymous to the owners being great human beings first. And I would love to mention the property Just BLR on Brigade Road. Amazing vibe that it has, not just the food and the service, but the way the people are treated there. You don't feel like a client, you actually feel it's your second home.
Everyone, I'm sure, will talk about Ananth's empire, right? I call him the Guruji, Sarji, all these things. But I want to talk about Ananth as a person. He's an incredible person. His energy is just off the charts. He's such a positive vibe. Him and his wife, they are incredible people.
Just BLR is a lovely place. It's an amazing place to make memories with your friends and have a lot of fun. The owner, Mr. Ananth, has been very supportive to comedy. That's where we also had the comedy club. And a lot of young comics have come here and built material. You will see a lot of future superstars who started their careers here.
Hi, this is Namit. I run the Just BLR Comedy Club. Our start was not as smooth as I thought it would be. For the first few months we barely sold any tickets. There were certain days I used to get frustrated, and I used to talk to Ananth, and Ananth throughout that time was like a rock. You could see that he was a seasoned professional of this business. He knew how clubbing works, he knew how nightlife works. Then he was like, "Mami, zero wasn't built in a day. Just make sure that you're chasing organic growth. You're not taking any shortcuts, and eventually you'll be able to sustain, and that's exactly what happened. So fast forward 3 years, we are one of the biggest comedy clubs in the country. We've done thousands of shows, have sold lakhs of tickets.
Hi everyone, I'm Simran and I have been to Just BLR quite a few times now, and my experience has been amazing. Ananth is really nice person. He is very warm and welcoming so that you feel safe, comfortable and also enjoy your night.
I was involved with him in Urban Edge, that's over Urban Edge and Over the Edge, and then I was involved with him in Club X, then Mix. He used to work around the clock. I don't know, I never knew when he slept and when he didn't. The first time I saw him bringing, online orders and things like that, which was never there. He was the first person I saw bringing in bulk SMSs. He used to sit and do it. He never trusted anybody else to do where money was involved or work was involved, because he wanted it to be particularly, done. It shouldn't be done for the heck of it.
Ananth, you're a rock star, my friend.
I wish him all the best for all his future endeavors.
May you have many, many more great years ahead.
Let's rock more, Ananth.
Keep Bangalore rocking.
In episode 1, we pulled back the curtain on 26 years, 34 venues, and a nightlife legacy that rewrote Bangalore's weekends. But today, we are going deeper. This is where vision meets velocity. From AI bartenders to robotic chefs, from solving the industry's biggest problems to building what he calls the Tesla of F&B. If you thought the first episode was wild, this is where the future gets built right in front of you. Welcome to part 2 of the Vic Fix with Ananth Narayan, the blueprint for the next era of food, drink and entertainment. Welcome back to episode 2 of the Vic Fix, and such a pleasure to have you back again on the show.
Absolutely my honor and pleasure, Vic. You're the super best and no second word about it. I'm glad we're doing the episode 2. Thank you for re-hosting the episode.
Before we get into the robots, AI and big ideas, let's talk about something more human. Last time, I forgot to ask you the most important question. Where does all this unstoppable energy come from?
Vicky, it's not just about small town girls. It should also be about small town boys, right? I was a small town boy, born and brought up in Hospet, Bellary district, a very small town. It was a joint family of 100 plus people. In the holidays, it used to swell to 200, 300 plus relatives coming home. So each step in the joint family was love, laughter, lot of challenges, lot of fights and lot of learning. Undoubtedly, it taught me everything. Say, if I can talk about my Dodapa, my Aji, they used to do this bhajan, kirtan every day. 100 of us used to sit, and it was sort of compulsory, but later, if it didn't happen, we were missing something. It became a routine for us. My Aji, if I recall this, my Aji used to do this. Every night it used to be a ragi mudde tuttu. She used to feed us on our hands. 100 of us used to assemble, but she used to mix only for 60, 70 people. It was a deliberate strategy where you had to fight and get your share. If it was a tuition master, it used to be 30, 40 kids or 30, 35 kids, one tuition master. We had to fight for that attention. Naturally, this kind of environment in the joint family, it taught good values. It taught how to fight. It made a good metal of me. Probably this is the reason why from standard 1 to standard 10, I always came first. Then 12th, I think I clocked 13th in the state. undergraduate and post-graduation, again, both of it, I topped the university. This definitely came from my good genes, the good saying, teaching by my elders, the joint family values. Adding to that, definitely my dad died when I was 17. That was another fuel. All this put together, I think maybe it's become a good uranium.
Continuing from our conversation also that we had in the last episode, right? There were a lot of teasers that you dropped about AI and robotics. Can you specifically tell us what Just BLR Matrix is all about?
See, Just BLR Matrix automation is about a mission. The mission is, back end there is lot of automation, AI, robotics. Front end, it's definitely the love and touch of manpower and no second word about it. From a customer perspective, I would say consistency, best of food and drinks, affordable cost, and a wow experience. From a employee perspective, I would say it's working smarter, not just harder. From a owner's perspective, I would say higher sales, lower cost, no pilferage, boom, big ROIs. This is the intention behind the Just BLR Matrix of robotics and automation.
Just BLR Matrix is something that you're launching now after 26 years in the industry. Why do you feel that now is the right time to bring this to the market?
Absolutely a right question, Vicky. In F&B industry, 1 + 1 is never 2. What works in communally won't work in Bomanali. It is so varied and different. It takes a lot of time to learn. Rome wasn't built in a day. Or I would say Ram Mandir wasn't built in a day. It took years, decades, right? If I can talk about KFC owner, at 53 he clocked, or rather he rocked, minus 26 years, just half of 53. So good things take a lot of time. They don't come in a hurry. So probably one, it took time for me to learn many things. The second part is, I was always after machines, production, not in the sense to replace people. It is to give that upliftment and productivity of people. I think when iPad came, I had got it down to my outlets. I had got my POS people to tune iPad into taking orders. I was always hungry for how a gadget could make a man more efficient. So probably if you look at it last 1 year, 2 year, there's been a boom. You've never had seen what a ChatGPT or a Perplexity could do. Now, probably it's the right time. I could fuse the best of what's coming to the best of what F&B is needed.
Is Tesla of F&B just a marketing tag? Or have you pulled off one thing that all of the avenues that you have been so far to it, you have seen automation, no one has pulled off yet?
Probably Vicky comes as a customer. What is more important or revolutionary for Vicky? I'll talk. Vicky, I know you have a driver. Before you had a driver, maybe you would have had a bad drunken drive experience.
We all have.
Yeah. I too. Necessity is the mother of invention. I am coming to the gadget. Many of my friends, I've seen drunken drive, especially last 2-3 years. One, absolutely I don't support it. It's a very risky thing. Come what may, come in auto, come in Ola, drink as much you want, don't drive back. Many of them I've seen breaking rules. One friend, in fact, died in an accident a couple of years ago. He had gone to a party outside Bangalore. He drank like a fish, completely smashed, spot dead. So coming back to what I was speaking, every machine or what I've tried to do is combine practicality, or rather what a customer wants and what a machine can give. You have breath analyzer at many places, right? Probably in India you don't have. Abroad, many pubs have breath analyzers kept. What I did was, I took the breath analyzer, I connected it with Uber. Sniffing is not just sniffing. The moment it goes out of control, there's an automatic dialing of Uber or a valet or a pink taxi. So, by default, when this is done, the chances of him not driving when he's drunk goes higher.
Right.
In fact, we put this on trial for almost a month. 90% of the people who sniffed took Uber. I'm proud to say these 90% probably would have got caught by cops,
Right.
or probably would have had to stand in the court, or probably,
accident.
God forbid,
Right.
would have happened.
Right.
And also,
Yeah.
when a person sniffs, there is a gate attached. The gate doesn't open. If the gate has to open, it has to dial valet guy or Uber or pink taxi.
Right.
Many women have used pink taxi after sniffing through my machine. So 10% I can't help.
Yeah.
80-90% people have been using it to good use.
No, that's a great conversion rate. Brilliant.
So I would say,
Zero. Yeah.
from customer point of view, it's a great machine.
Let's also talk about your experience in the industry, and let's see how we can understand what is currently happening in the market. Okay. Why are 90% of businesses failing in the year one, and what is the solution to this?
There are minor reasons, there are major reasons. If I can talk about major reasons, I'll list them in 3. The first one, external factor. We are ruled by lots of archaic laws. Police, excise, BBMP, ESI, PF, labor rules, and of course aggregator rules which have come in. We don't have a dedicated ministry or a dedicated department to look into what is the need of the hour, what is that troubling our industry. If somebody has a heart ailment, they wouldn't go to a compounder. They will go to a heart specialist, right? Similarly, we need a specialist now, which is a dedicated ministry. The compounders now are into only collecting taxes. They're not helping us much. Solution, association bodies like NRA, they're doing a good job. More people have to come in, the association has to become stronger, and it'll have to fight on these, changing these archaic rules into what would suit the F&B industry. Now, coming to the second major problem, I would say it's internal. Absolutely, we are to be blamed for that. If you go to any restaurant, you would see fancy chandeliers, huge water body, lavish interiors. Mostly F&B owners spend a lot of money on this. I'm not saying it should not be done. It is a prerequisite. But post that what? You go to a restaurant, you won't see the chandelier for 2 hours and sit, right? You would want good food. You would want good liquids. You would want that good service, a memorable night or a day where you want to come back. How can that come? Not just by this. It can come by a consistent and good pour of drinks and food. Solution as per me, that consistency can definitely not come by just human manpower. It has to be augmented by robotics, AI and machines. And third part, I would talk about Gen Z. See, Gen Z has a peculiar way of working. Probably not peculiar, it's their way of working. They don't like long hours. They don't like hard work. They like to take life easy. Either you can complain and complain, or you can join them instead of, if you can't beat them. The best way to do that, which is the solution, they like gadgets, empower them. Gen Z don't like to work hard, empower them again. Entry to exit, fill it with machines where they feel nice, their productivity goes up, their long hours don't happen. And unfortunately, our industry...
I have been to Just BLR and I've seen you put all of these 3 things into motion in your venue. Okay. And Specifically talking on the Gen Z part, how have you seen this bring a difference at your venue?
When it comes to bar, kitchen and service, which I spoke about, where I'm empowering the gadgets to increase their productivity, the journey hasn't been smooth sailing. People who were averse to gadgets have been averse to gadgets. Last 2 years, I think 3 head chefs changed. They didn't want gadgets. They wanted their way of working, which wasn't helpful to a customer nor the owner. The food costs were almost 42%, 41%. And they used to say, boss, I'm sitting working for 12 hours. Exactly, he said it right. He was sitting, but not working. 12 hours he was wasting there. So he could get us overtime. So these 2-3 years were a lot of learning. So we had to get people who are open to gadgets, who are open to machines. I had to get more technically qualified people, the top ones. The people who weren't very open to gadgets had to be relegated a little down. Once the top ones came, they started using the gadgets. Now nobody works 10 hours, 12 hours in my outlet. It is between 7 and 8. In fact, I've told most of them, let the whole experiment or the R&D complete. Post that, let's make your work shift only 6 hours. That's
Amazing.
absolutely possible because of machines. From 12, maybe 6 non-working hours and 6 working hours, it's come down to 8 hours where most of it is productive now. Thanks to these machines.
Ananth, also see, I know personally that you're great with numbers, okay? So let us specifically talk numbers, right? Give me 5 KPIs or 5 numbers that you have achieved. You know, it could be in terms of, you know, like cost reduction or, you know, like in terms of efficiency increase or percentages like this that have told you that this is the right path and this is what I want to do.
Let me start with the first number. We were 1 floor in that outlet or the Brigade Road outlet. We are 3 floors. The employees in 1 floor were 75, 80. Then when 3 floor happened, the number became 200. Sans or minus the automation. Today we are at 120, 125. 3 outlets, 15,000 square feet at 120. 1 outlet, 5,000 square feet was at 80. And 3 outlet without automation was 200. Now 3 outlets with automation is 120. That's a fabulous thing. No?
Absolutely. Yeah.
It is so much of cost saving.
Right.
So much of efficiency, which wouldn't have come otherwise. Second, maybe let me talk about a draft beer machine. 1 keg, if it has to give 100 mugs of beer, as if now the taps provided by whichever company, they give froth, they give liquid. Sometimes the barman says, boss, 70 glasses have poured, 30 is froth. He might have poured 90 and 10 might have been froth. There is no accountability. So 3 months, I put a guy from a research agency as a spy into the bar, where 3 months, the pilferage in just keg beer alone was spotted to the tune of 22 lakhs in 3 months.
Wow.
Then I got in the digital robotic beer dispense. I put 6 of them, 2 per floor. Any liquid coming out, any froth coming out, it measures both and give. In fact, 100 glasses have to come out. By chance 98 has come or 102 has come. It will show me how much is dispensed. In addition, it is linked to my billing system. If it's poured 98, bill is 96, it says -2. So, talking about figures, if it is 3 months I've lost 21 lakhs plus minus, it's been 1 year, If I divide it, it should be roughly 1 crore, which is unbelievable. But it is a fact because I've seen this, I've lost and I've gained. Maybe let me talk about food. Like I just spoke to you a few minutes ago, food cost was almost 41-42%. The industry standards acceptable are 33-35, plus minus allowed. But I felt with so much of available automation, why should I target 33? My target was 16-15. Believe it or not, today my cost has come to 22-23, which is a huge saving.
Right. How have you achieved this?
The kitchen is completely automated. From a chopping section to a marination section to a cooking section to a blast freezing section to a reprocessing section. Each of its section, lot of these machines are self-learning AI cooking machines. The moment you feed in a recipe, say 100 gram chicken, 10 gram salt, 20 ml oil, you have 20 feeders put around it. Switch on, if it's 20 ml oil, it picks 20. Doesn't pick 18, doesn't pick 22. Switch on, if the rice portion it has to pick is 100 grams, it will pick to precision. So obviously cost control comes. Plus reduction of manpower. Mane wastage gone.
Yeah.
Mood swings gone.
Right.
Perfect cost control.
Extremely interesting insights, and it adds a lot of value to what you're building. Considering these numbers, where does F&B currently stand in adaptation of automation?
The present state of affairs is very sad actually. It's very primitive. Most of the kitchens are running on gas. Most of the bars are running on hope. Hope that there is no chori. Hope that there is consistency. Very few are adopting AI automation. I'm not saying no. But that very few is like crossing one mountain of a Tirupati Yodukondala Venkataswamy. You can't cross one mountain to reach the God.
Right.
You need to cross 6 more. So I would say long way. But the way automation, AI and robotics are picking up, I hope our industry also picks up, and like to see F&B shining on the global map, Indian F&B.
But what do you think is the reason for this? Why are people not open to adapting?
I think the very first reason, they should be binge watching Vic Fix a lot. And of course they should be watching my automation videos,
right,
and a lot of other automation videos also. On a super serious note, I think necessity is the mother of invention. Till it comes into their mind that there is a necessity to give that consistency to a customer using these, no Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara can help. This has to come in, only that then they'll change. I think it will start coming. Like we were talking about the last 1-2 years, it's been an explosion of automation in every sector in the world. F&B is still very raw. Maybe it should take off very soon.
How do you convince the skeptics to upgrade?
Good question. I hope I knew the answer. Convincing the skeptics will take a lot of time. Unfortunately, that lot of time will definitely lead to lot many collapsing before they get up. And some might not be able to get up. In our association, I keep seeing so many close down and say they'll come back. Absolutely the right spirit. But how? When is the question. Because if these two are not addressed by a plethora of what can support you to give that fillip or push, you won't come back soon. So it's quite a not so 100% an answer to what you asked me, But how and when is up to the industry. Like when they decide to wake up, how they decide to wake up, that's when it will happen.
The insights that you have given me so far have completely come from a owner and an establishment perspective. Okay. Speaking from a customer POV, can you explain what is automation at Just BLR?
A customer comes at the entrance, the face scanner recognizes, opens the gates. You walk in, a big screen welcomes you with your face, with your name. Who doesn't like their own face or name? Everybody. Feel good factor. The moment you walk in, go to the table, the waiter would say, "Hello, Mr. Vicky, how are you? Would you like that or would you like, hello, sir? Would you like this?" No. So, using AI, the name is known to the waiter before the customer sits. Customer sits. Okay, you sat on the table. The waiter knows Vicky's history. He likes beer, he likes cold, he doesn't like it too frosted or he doesn't like it warm. The waiter says, "Vicky sir, you like this, you had this last time, can I repeat?" Your eyes will pop up. This is what happens. From then on, the order goes to the bar or the kitchen. Bots start stirring, whipping, getting ready. At the same time, Vicky can open his mobile, see where his food or drinks are being prepared, at what stage it is, who's doing what. Then from there, the delivery is through the bots. The bots get and deliver. But from there, the delivery is not directly to the customer with a machine. Here comes the best of human touch. It's again the waiter happily, smilingly serves that dish to you. There are more facets to what machines can do. For example, say Vicky likes chicken biryani or pizza. I know you like pizza. You like, say, 40% cheese instead of the regular 20% cheese. Okay?
Right.
My machine sets seconds to change. You ask a manual cook, manual chef, it takes a lot of time and it can never be 40%.
Right.
In the machines, it's digital. Say biryani needs 70% carbs, 30% protein, few seconds. Say you like a cocktail, say Long Island iced tea. 30 times you come to Just BLR. 31st time you come to Just BLR thinking it will be the same. It will be the same because machines pour this to the perfect level.
Right.
If a rum has to be 28 ml, it will be 28 ml, not 26 ml or 27 ml. So if the drink, if the food are to perfection, there will be a gleam of happiness on your face.
Absolutely.
That $1 million happiness is customer POV at Just BLR.
Perfect. Thank you for walking us through this entire journey. Out of all the machines, which one is your most favorite?
It's like asking a father or a mother if they have 6 babies, who's the most favorite? For me, every gadget of mine, I tell people prior to this, take a little back. My wife has delivered baby. I have never delivered from my stomach. My babies are my places. My babies are my machines. And I love all of them equally. Maybe 2 gadgets which I carry almost all the time I would like to show you. The first one is, this is a AI SOP based neckband. Say let's assume, Vicky, you and your wife go to a restaurant. The first touch point is a hostess or a waiter or a floor manager. You're staying for a longer time or going back or staying and coming back is all dependent on the first 4 or 5 minutes. How they speak to you, how warm they are, what tone they speak to you. Something going wrong, you might go back or you might sit and not come back again. Correct? Today's F&B to tune these people, the only weapon they have is SOP. They put, say you have to speak 10 things, out of this 5 are important or 3 are important or 10 are important, you have to speak in this tone. But tell me, who monitors that? A floor manager or a manager or a GM? Is it to perfection? A waiter probably is in a bad mood. He will come and talk nonsense and goes. He loses job here, he'll get somewhere else. Right? So how do you implement this part which is so critical?
On the job monitoring.
Yeah, this is where this comes in. While we talk, whatever we are speaking, this is recording. In addition to recording, it will give a summary of points of what has been spoken. In addition to what is spoken, it also indicates what tone I am speaking. I am sad, I am happy, I am emotional, or I am angry. We define SOP, 5 things you have to speak to a customer in this tone. This measures he or she has spoken 5 things or 2 things or 3 things and in what tone. And there is a variance report, what is said, what you have spoken, what is not spoken. The combination of this gives to a variance report.
Right.
Using the variance report, we give service charge and incentive. So, a manager or a floor manager or a GM doesn't have to keep pushing these people. They know this variance is less or what is set, what I'm performing is almost same, my incentives are more. They take more initiative.
Of course.
So, this works brilliantly for that. It also acts as a training.
Right. Exactly.
They do something wrong, the report comes, they say, oh yes, I did this wrong. They see, and next day they correct themselves.
Right.
Both a report and an educative tool also.
Ananth, over the last 26 years, you have seen multiple trends. Do you foresee automation as the next big trend and we are at the cusp of it?
A very well thought question. See, 80s were draft beer trends. 2000 was more of nightclubs booming. 2010 was brewery and brunches booming. 2019, boom boom, COVID, everything gone. 2022, boom boom, people came, anything and everything ran. 2024, 25, I think we have the most elite customers now. Globe trotting, chat GPT trotting, AI trotting, machine trotting. You cannot give anything substandard to these people. They know what is happening in Timbuktu. They know what is happening in Hawaii. They know what is happening in Tomorrowland. When it's happening, how it's happening. They are a set of well-educated people now. Their teacher is mobile. Their master is Instagram. They see everything happening everywhere in the world and beyond. So, it has come to a point now, post breweries and brunches, now it is the time of experiential dining. I would call it experiential because it's an experience which can only be given by, aided by machines. AI, robotics, machines which can give you that consistency, that taste by combining front end human touch, back end robotics and machines. This can give an experience which is out of the world, which I call it experiential dining. This is here to stay, or this will catch up much more. You like it or you don't like it, it will be the future because it already is the present.
Let us specifically talk about automation ROI. You have invested in over 200 plus machines, out of which 50 plus have worked well. That's a 25% success rate, right? Why do you keep betting on such high risk tech instead of proven methods?
Have you seen Mahindra Reva?
I have.
Which released in 94 or 96? Yes. Have you seen Mahindra E6 and 9E or 96?
I have.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah? Isn't there a difference?
Of course.
How many models he would have released and he has released in between to learn and come to this level. Probably if he's selling 6E at 30 lakhs or 25 lakhs, his R&D might have costed 50 crores. Can he cover that today? No. He'll cover, make much more if the product is good. That's called the capital investment. For me, this is capital investment for my F&B industry. I want my F&B industry to succeed more and not fail more. With this kind of capex investment, what I am doing is for the industry to grow and of course for myself to grow too. If I open 10 outlets, I won't be again investing on 200 machines. If these 50 machines which they've clicked, I would be using for the same. Probably with 1 or 2 more extra or 5, 10 more extra.
But Ananth, so then it's very clear, right, that you want to be an innovator in this space. You want to be the first to market because, see, currently market adaptation is at a low, right?
Agreed.
But, you know, considering the amount of time that you have spent, what I really appreciate is the fact that you are looking to be a visionary and a pioneer in this space so that when the tide turns, you are there much ahead, which again like goes back to what you have done previously in your career. So is that the vision that you are aiming for?
I call my employees my family. My first vision is to give them, or rather make them work smarter, reduce their number of hours of work. Don't make them work like donkeys. This is my first vision. The byproduct of that is definitely good profits for me. When they work less and work smarter, a customer is much more happier because of the smart work. Hard work doesn't mean customer gets happy. Smart work coupled with machine consistency is a happier customer. A happier customer is bigger ROI for me. This is my first vision. Bigger vision, definitely it's for this F&B industry. When this industry has given me so much and I'm attached to it so much, I want to give it back. We spoke about success rate or failure rate of 90%, 80% first year. I want that to be erased from the history or annals of F&B. That's my honest vision.
Let's consider the other side of it.
Hmm.
Okay? If your F&B Tesla plant fails tomorrow,
Okay.
the machines stop,
Huh.
the tech becomes irrelevant.
Hmm.
What's your backup plan for the industry?
Maybe I'll talk about minor, then major. Whichever restaurant you go, they work on Wi-Fi. Yes. What do you do when Wi-Fi fails?
Personal hotspot.
What do you do when that fails?
Go back to the good old fashioned menu.
Yes. KOT, BOT. So the minor part of it, machines fail. We always have backup for machines. One machine automated fails. For example, there is a shaking machine for cocktails in the bar. If it fails for some reason, there is a backup handshaking machine. So for each of these big machines, there is a backup machine. So main and backup, sometimes there is a second backup too. So there is no question of machines failing, or I would say the system of machine, backup and second backup failing. Number one. The bigger picture, you're talking about the whole industry collapsing, or rather automation not clicking in this industry. Would BYD fail? Would Tesla fail? Would Mahindra Electric fail? Would Tata Electric fail? By chance, automation doesn't work in this industry, okay? Which is impossible. But let's for a moment assume that it's possible. For me, I spoke about 3 benefits or financial analysis of what clicked for me.
Right.
The 21 lakhs saving for 3 months. Like that, I have almost 15-20 numbers which have made me stronger, which have made me march ahead. Come what may, I'm reaping the benefits in my own outlet. So why would I even stop? Worst scenario, the industry doesn't accept. I'm a happy man doing what I'm doing. My bigger interest is expansion. My bigger interest is more and more F&B owners should not collapse. They should flourish. My bigger interest is Indian automation and F&B should see the global map. If you feel it fails, it fails. There's nobody who's seen the future. We all go ahead with our best foot forward. If 2 and 3 doesn't happen, 1 is happening, I'm content with that. There you go.
Okay, let's talk about automation on a global level. See, I'm sure that like during your research phase, I mean, you have traveled quite a bit across the world, and you have seen some of these gadgets, being utilized at different venues. What do you think is the adaptation globally as compared to India, especially on automation in the F&B space?
See, when COVID came, F&B was the first to be shut, last to be opened. But when it comes to globe, F&B is a lot better respected, lot better pushed by the governments and lot respected by many people. Lot of automation what I have brought in is from different parts of the world. Some from Korea, some from parts of Europe, some from Hong Kong, some from Vietnam. What I do is I bring these, I create a service ecosystem for these machines, and I also link them with the POS. Machine per se is not important. What a machine does is important. What you're selling physically, what is caught by the POS, and what is the variance. This is important. This is what I'm doing. We are still very at the lower rung in the whole F&B automation in the world. World is very advanced. But I would still say World is not so advanced collectively at one place. Say Europe, you will see some bartending machines.
Right.
Korea, you will see some kitchen cooking machines. Hong Kong, you will see some AI robotics. Per se, the combination of these, you don't see in one country.
Understood.
Like I spoke about 200 machines or 50 machines working, it's not there.
Understood.
If I have put in 50 machines from different parts of the world, I'm a proud Indian, not just to get these many under one roof, but also the service, the backup, and the connectivity to POS giving variance. This I have done very seamlessly, and I'm proud of. And this is where I see if this can culminate into better profitability outlets, and where ultimately I want all of these to be manufactured in India.
No, that's very exciting and very deep as well, because what I could gather from this is that you are looking to provide a 360-degree customer automation touchpoint, as well as a service automation touchpoint, as well as a back-end automation touchpoint, so that all of the data that's being gathered from the different machines is being collated in one app or one point.
Bang on, you said it right. From food to service to reservation to liquor management to inventory management, it is one dashboard for a plethora of machines and interconnected system to give you that control as a owner, one point of control.
Got it. And with time, of course, as more data is gathered, it only gets better and smarter and more efficient.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Is Tesla of F&B just a marketing tag? Or have you pulled off one thing that all of the avenues that you have been so far to it, you have seen automation, no one has pulled off yet? How long before the investment in automation actually pays for itself?
If you are investing to experiment, I cannot tell you the break even. If you are investing on a tested and tried product, the break even can be as less as 15 days or as more as 3 months, 6 months. I'll talk about the same draft beer example. 21 lakhs shaved in 3 months. The machine only costs 2.5, 3 lakhs. Calculate the saving. 4 machines, 4 3s are 12, 10 lakhs. 3 months, 21 lakhs. You got it in no time.
And what's the efficiency and the service that's associated with this specific machine, if we talk about that?
These machines are from different parts of the world. So the question can be, what happens if some parts fail? That is where I come. The linking to your POS with API, the service system is headache is mine.
Right.
If there is no voltage burnout, if there are small things, it is repaired in few minutes. If there is a major problem, most of these machines I say, I will give you a backup machine, service and give you back.
Got it.
Till the machine is not ready. Worst scenario, some spare is gone. Today, people are flying to Mars. China is running 702 kilometers train. Getting a part from any part of the world is a breeze. Doesn't take years, few days.
Right.
But I do give backup. That's the reason I have so many backup to backup machines. Not just for myself. Once I start promulgating it, so no operation should stop.
Do you ever see a future where human staff becomes a luxury add-on? Okay, like tableside chefs today.
Things are getting so advanced. Last 2 years have been a bounty of AI automation innovations. You never know, somebody can come up with a human brain attached to a robot, giving that sensory feeling of human serving you. You already have bots with human skin, human pupil movement, human fingers.
Right.
I hope not those evolve till the day I'm alive. I'm for humans. I love humans. I want that humans in the front end in F&B. But होने को कौन टाल सकता है? If it happens, it happens.
So You have a very limited time to think, and you should say the first answer that comes to you. Your biggest competitor?
Me, myself. I want to be today a better version of yesterday. I want to be tomorrow a better version of myself what I am today. Thanks to AI, automation and robotics, it's helping.
How's your bar different from the other bars?
Mine pours with precision. Others pours with lot of chores. There are good people, there are bad people too. But finding good people is becoming a rarity.
Is there something that your bot cannot do?
It cannot drink on duty. It cannot flirt on duty. It cannot take your money and run away on duty. Last but not the least, it doesn't ask for ESI, PF, PT, and it doesn't ask for a raise.
No overtime as well.
Oh, of course. 24/7, no salary.
Ananth, thank you so much, for all the brilliant insight and giving us a closer look into the world of Just BLR Matrix and what's coming next, on the F&B automation side. Are there any closing lines that you would like to say before we wrap this up?
Of course, yes and yes. My favorite, it is from the mythology. Ravan had a flying chariot. He flew Sita faster than the jet plane. Yeah? Krishna had a Sudarshan Chakra. It was like a missile launching, cutting and coming back to his finger. Right? Brahma had the atomic weapon, Brahmastra. Right? When our gods, ancestors were so advanced, why is Indian F&B still in that primitive stage? Very sad to see that. We should grow and we should go onto the global map. India shining, Indian F&B shining. That's my dream.
Again, thank you for walking us through this entire journey. From the dance floors of the past to the AI systems of the future. You haven't just run venues, you have rewritten the operating systems of F&B. Also, during my entire chat, I have gathered that whether someone agrees with you or not, there's one thing that they can't dispute on. Machines and humans are not going to work against each other, they are going to collaborate with each other. And if the last 26 years are anything to go by, when Ananth Narayan places a bet, the entire industry watches. Every owner, chef, bartender has their own playbook. And today on this episode of the Vic Fix, I have walked you through Ananth Narayan's entire playbook. It's bold, it's risky, it's wired for the future. It challenges tradition, questions comfort, and demands evolution. As a F&B owner or a restaurateur, you may not agree with his move, but you can't ignore the fact that he's placing his vision out on the table for everyone to see. And maybe that's the takeaway for the whole industry. Whether you build it with bricks, bots, or pure hustle, do it with so much passion that the entire industry stands up and watches. This is the Vic Fix. And thank you, Ananth. It's been such a pleasure to record these 2 episodes with you and doing it in this lovely studio and walking us through your entire journey from where you started to the entire automation part has given us so much insight, and we definitely wish you all the best for everything that's coming up.
Thank you for doing such a wonderful job. A round of applause to you, Vicky. I mean it.